Waking up next to the woman who stole your heart is a dream come true. However, it's not always a smooth journey from sleeping together to happily ever after. There are bumps along the way, moments that test their connection and challenge their feelings. Here are 15 things that happen when you wake up next to the woman you love. No. 1. The sunlight tells the tale. The first thing Emily noticed was the sunlight filtering through curtains she didn't recognize. The sheets beneath her were crisp, the faint scent of lavender clinging to them. She blinked, her mind racing, her body heavy with the fog of last night. This wasn't her room. Sitting up too quickly, her head throbbed in protest. Flashes of music, laughter, and clinking glasses hit her like shards. Her best friend's birthday party, too many cocktails, dancing, then nothing but a blur. Panic rose in her chest until she heard it. Footsteps. The door creaked open, and in walked a woman Emily had never seen before. Confident, with dark hair pulled back loosely, wearing an oversized shirt that wasn't buttoned all the way. Her presence was so striking it made Emily forget her own name for a moment. "Oh, good. You're awake," the woman said gently. "I was worried you'd sleep through the afternoon." Emily's mouth went dry. Hi. I think I must have. Where am I?" The stranger smiled reassuringly, setting a glass of water and to aspirin on the nightstand. "You're safe? I'm Harper. You had a bit too much last night, and your friend had to leave early. You could barely stand, so I brought you back here. Nothing happened except you snoring." Emily's face burned with embarrassment. "Oh my God. I am so sorry. I must have thank you, I guess, for not leaving me on the sidewalk." Harper chuckled, her eyes kind. "I wouldn't call myself a saint, but abandoning pretty girls isn't exactly my style." Emily froze at the word pretty. She wanted to chalk it up to casual flirting, but something in Harper's gaze lingered as though she meant it. Emily looked away, clutching the blanket tighter. Later, after she'd showered and Harper had made her coffee, Emily found herself sitting at the small kitchen table, trying not to stare. Harper was unlike anyone she'd met, relaxed, self-assured. The kind of woman who could make silence feel comfortable instead of awkward. So Harper asked, sipping her coffee, "Do you usually wake up in strangers' beds? Or am I lucky number one?" Emily nearly choked on her toast. "Definitely number one. And hopefully the last. I'm not reckless. Last night was a one-off." "Relax. I'm teasing," Harper said, a smirk tugging at her lips. "But honestly, I don't mind your good company." Something fluttered in Emily's chest. It was ridiculous. She didn't even know this woman. And yet she felt seen in a way she hadn't in years. That was supposed to be the end of it. A funny, embarrassing story she could tell her friends someday. But Harper wasn't done with her. Over the next week, Emily found herself thinking about her constantly. The curve of her smile, the warmth in her eyes. Against her better judgment, she texted Harper a thank you message. Harper replied within minutes. "You can thank me properly. Coffee, my treat this time." Coffee turned into dinner. Dinner turned into late-night walks where they talked about everything and nothing, childhood dreams, heartbreaks, books they loved, music that made them feel alive. Emily had dated men before, but never had she felt this spark, this gravitational pull she couldn't fight. With Harper, everything felt raw and unfiltered, safe, but exhilarating. One night, standing under streetlights that painted her skin golden, Harper stopped walking, Her voice was softer than Emily had ever heard it. "Can I be honest with you?" Emily's heart hammered. "Please. I don't usually let people in. But with you." Harper hesitated, searching Emily's face. "It feels different, like I've known you forever." Emily's breath caught. The world felt suspended in that moment. "I feel it too," she whispered, and then Harper kissed her. It wasn't rushed or sloppy. It was deliberate, careful, like she was afraid Emily might break. But Emily kissed her back with all the certainty she didn't even know she had. Weeks bled into months. What started as a drunken accident became the most important part of Emily's life. She discovered pieces of herself she'd buried long ago, desires she'd ignored, truths she'd never dared to admit. But love, real love, was never simple. One evening, Emily confessed what she had kept locked inside for years. "I've never been with a woman before. Not really. I think I was scared of what it meant." Harper took her hand, threading their fingers together. And now, Emily said, her voice trembling, "it means I've been asleep my whole life. Until you." Harper kissed her forehead gently, holding her like she was the most fragile treasure. "Then don't go back to sleep." The girl who had woken up panicked in a stranger's bed was gone. In her place was a woman who had found something worth holding on to, even if it terrified her. Emily never planned for this. She never expected one wild night to change her trajectory. But love doesn't wait for plans. It arrives uninvited, messy, and undeniable. And for Emily, waking up in a stranger's bed was the beginning of everything she didn't know she was missing. Nothing would ever be the same, man. She wouldn't have it any other way. Number 2, morning breath. When you wake up next to the woman you love, there's a special kind of intimacy in sharing that private moment. Suddenly, morning breath isn't a turnoff. It's a reminder of how close you are. No. 3, quiet cuddles. Some mornings, words just aren't necessary. Waking up next to your partner allows for quiet cuddles and stolen kisses, creating a bond that grows stronger with each silent moment. Number 4, whispered sweet nothings. The hushed tones of whispered sweet nothings fill the air as the sun peeks through the curtains. These stolen moments of affection become the soundtrack of your day. Number 5, the silent language of touch. When you wake up next to the woman you love, touch becomes a language of its own. A gentle stroke, a lingering kiss, each gesture speaking volumes without a sound. No. 6, stolen kiss. The quiet intimacy of the bedroom transforms into a playground of stolen kisses. Each one is a surprise, a delight, a celebration of the love that binds you. No. 7, coffee in bed. Who needs fancy coffee shops when you have your own personal barista? Waking up next to your partner means cozy coffee in bed and endless refills of affection. Number 8, pancake battles. The kitchen becomes a battleground, not for cooking skills, but for pancake supremacy. Extra syrup and sprinkles are the weapons of choice in this playful war. Number 9, pillow talk. When you wake up next to the woman you love, pillow talk takes on a whole new meaning. Secrets are shared, dreams are discussed, and connections are made. Number 10, the perfect wake-up call. Alarms become obsolete when you have someone whose presence is more enchanting than any alarm clock. Waking up next to your partner is the perfect wake-up call. Number 11, lazy weekend mornings. Weekends are transformed into lazy mornings filled with snuggles and slow sips of coffee. Time slows down and the only rush is to pour another cup. Number 12, baking adventure. Flour, sugar, and a dash of love is the recipe for baking adventures. Who cares if the kitchen gets messy when you have your partner by your side? Number 13, movie marathons. Remote controls become treasured possessions during movie marathons. Waking up next to your partner means endless entertainment and a comfy cuddle buddy. Number 14, board game showdowns. The board game box becomes a battleground for wits and strategic moves. Waking up next to your partner adds a playful, competitive edge to any game. Number 15, shared headphones. Listening to music together takes on a special meaning when you have shared headphones. Every beat, every lyric, every note brings you closer.